Hello, hi, family on the Instagram world. Hi, wowie. I don't know really where to begin because it's been quite a portal. I've been in the last couple days. It might be a bit of a doozy, just gonna warn you, as I can feel the intensity, the emotion, everything moving through. I can feel, there's a lot of grief that's coming up and through my body, through tears and through even sometimes laughter. There's been like a lot of wavy energy with it all. It's been really freaking intense. So I kind of wanted to bring us into a little story, and never really sure where these are gonna go, but I'm just excited to be here and share this. It's really vulnerable and I feel very powerful. So if you're in a place where you're moving through a lot over there and you don't feel like going to the depths of grief, maybe save this one for later when you can really tune into your own grief, because my hope is that you can feel your grief alongside myself and really open up that new energy that wants to come through that grief. So not to be a downer, don't want to bring you down, but the vibe will be to rise ourselves up and alchemize what's here if it's ready to lift. Sometimes it's not ready, sometimes it needs more time, like I think I mentioned on the last live, so we shall see. So this is day 11. Whoa, we're into the other side of 10. So that is exciting, and I'm very excited to be on this journey with you. I was telling my cousin that I'm staying with, we're together in this little journey over here now in Lisbon, and I was saying this journey feels like, what did I sign up for? This is a wild freaking ride, and I also feel excited and honored to be on it and share ROGA in this way, even though it feels like, whoa, what the fuck. So thank you once again for being on this journey with me. I can't actually see who's popping on because I can't see the bottom half of the phone. I'll just show you a quick little behind the scenes here if you want to see. So this is the setup, so it's like I don't see you through that. So welcome to all the friends that join. And just have this as your time to really tune in and feel your beautiful body, your brilliant body. And for fun, I really want to wear these because it makes me feel a little happier. So we're gonna move with that. So little story time. Okay. So back in April, and I'm not going to apologize if there's tears, but there may be tears. I'm just going to warn you. Back in April, we lost our matriarch, our beautiful queen of our one side of our family, the Malaki side, and it was pretty intense. It was like she was just the life of our world. She was so sassy, she was so wild, she was so herself. I've never known anyone to be so authentic more than her. She was really herself. She of course had her own stuff, of course, but she really just, there was no one like her. So, when she was diagnosed with cancer, it was like, she was 88, so, we were kind of expecting, things to, not go so vibrant at the end, or we just never knew at the end of her days, And so, I feel blessed that we did get some time with her. I forget how many weeks, but a few weeks, definitely, and it was beautiful. And it was also really intense because I don't know if you've been watching and following my journey here at all, I really have kind of been like, fuck the system in a lot of ways, and yeah, angry at the system. And so it was a wild place to be when she was got brought into the healthcare system in Canada. I don't personally really trust it. I feel like it's a weird one, and if you work in it, I apologize, because I really feel that there's a lot of beauty in there. I feel like so many beautiful people go into the healthcare field for a beautiful reason of caring for others and really being generous with their nurturing energy. So I don't want to dismay that at all. We met so many beautiful nurses and doctors, really with good hearts, really. And at the same time, when they proclaimed her as that she'd be going to palliative, like that was the final option, it just didn't sit right. I was like, what the fuck? Like this, it just feels like, okay, we have the choices, like we decide the fate. Which, fair, like doctors, I'm not a doctor, I don't know what that looks like, I don't know how to read the body graphs and all that, right? But like, something just feels icky about this, our healthcare system. And so when she was in the hospice, I kind of wanted to share, I'll share it like this. So when she was in the hospice, I have to take this off. She was very not happy to be there. She didn't seem like she wanted to be there. She seemed like what the fuck? Like she was pretty healthy before all this. And but yeah, so it was like this wild place for her to be. And then they just kept giving her medication saying this is for the pain, and she wasn't really saying she had too much pain, so it was like this weird place. And if you've been through this, I really am here with you and for you. Like, holy shit, what a wild place to be on the other side, watching your loved one go through this. I put these back on. So yeah, it was very uncomfortable for everyone. Although it did bring our family together. I feel like it did. She really brought our family together. But in the hospice, it was very disturbing. It just felt so icky, even though there was so many beautiful gems of humans working there and helping and supporting. It was truly beautiful. But there was like a bit of eeriness, dare I say. And yeah, so, I remember a bunch of us family members would stay overnight with her, and the night that I did, the morning that she was like, okay, she could have either got up and maybe went for a little wander with her walker, like we probably would have pushed her, and just like got up for the day and like was gonna be in the day, or she would have medication and sleep all day. And what happened was there was like this vibe of the nurses, the nurse was like, Bernice, we're gonna give you more medication. We just wanna make sure that you're not in pain for later. So again, I'm not sure what that looks like, and the nurses do know better than I. Like, I don't know that situation. However, there was this discord where it felt it wasn't her choice, and that's what I have a problem with. Big fucking problem with, actually. And so the nurse said we're gonna give medication, and then she left, and Babshi had looked a bit like discerned, like a bit like, oh really, like medication, like does that mean I'm gonna be sleeping all day? Like that was the vibe. And so I said to her, I'm like, Babshi, are you sure that you want this? Like I just want to make sure that you feel good with this. And she was like, I don't know, like kind of like that. And she was just looking me in the eye, and so it sits really deeply. And the nurse came in and was like, I have your needle, and she's like, whew. The other PSW that was witnessing this conversation I had with my Babji before this, and she comes in, and then PSW's like, wait, her daughter or her granddaughter just said, like asked if she's okay with this, and she seems a bit hesitant. And the nurse goes, okay, Bernice, this is gonna help you with your pain, okay? It's gonna help you with your pain, blah, 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 blah. And Babshi looks at me, and the nurse goes like this, and like, that was basically the end. And so I'm like, what the fuck? What the actual fuck? Seeing her body basically starve to death after that was the most disturbing thing ever. And yeah, it just doesn't sit well, and it hasn't sat well. Me and my sisters, my cousins, were enraged with this. Like I had so much, I was moving the grief through, but I was like, and clearly there's layers, obviously, always, but like the rage was like so much. I was like, I need to fucking yell, like I need to just rage this out. This is fucked up, and the system's so fucking wonky, because everyone should always have their choice. And yeah, so I was like, this is fucked. And it did light this fire of like, wow, what kind of world are we living in? Like, how is this actually okay? And so it really jolted me and kind of lit a fire under my ass to be like, yo, get fucking going with ROGA. Because to me, ROGA feels like a way to come back to ourselves and our health and optimal health. And I'm definitely a human still experiencing like my own shit. I'm not saying I'm optimal health here, but like I really believe so much if we listen into our body and move emotions through as they come through, even if they're ugly, even if they're turbulent, even if they might upset people, but as long as we're expressing our truth in some kind of way, I feel like that's really so important for our body. So this is why I really believe in vibration and humming, like wah, sounding, because it feels like it clears and restores the body at a very deep cellular level. And this is what I feel like true medicine is. This is true healthcare. If we allow the time and space for our bodies to grieve losses and be in our sadness sometimes and move the energy through in our own way and express it somehow, maybe through art, in any kind of way. There's so many ways. Today mine are crying. It's a crying way, and yesterday and many days. But yeah, I feel like our society, we grow up, and I do feel like things are shifting, and I really do hope this, and I feel this too. And it's like there's work to do still, of course, but just having the spaces for us to rage, for us to feel our human experience, instead of shut down, nope, back to the 9 to 5, like this and that. And yes, this is the world we live in, and I feel very fucking privileged. Like I can't say that enough. I'm extremely privileged over here to be able to state that. and it doesn't feel like we're living according to our true selves when we are giving our life force away to something that doesn't truly light us up. And in that way, I'm only meaning like following our truth and following that expression of all of the emotions, the rage, the bliss, the excitement, the jealousy, the every angle of humanness. And yeah, bringing in this experience of this world where I find it's so taboo to talk about death and many things, sex and money as well, but death is a big one. And it feels like it needs to be more open. It needs to be more in a space of open communication, where it's not like people are blocked because of their emotions that they don't want to feel because they're intense. So yeah, I guess that's really what I want to bring here today, which I know it feels heavy, and don't apologize for that, but I guess thank you for listening and being open to listening to this. So I wanted to see if there's anything else I wanted to share with that. I wrote a lot actually with this, because I find the writing is so freaking amazing to clear the turbulence too. If we don't have a therapist, if we don't have, support, if we don't, have that support on that side from humans. Not saying I have lovely support, but I also find the journals help so much to just clear and transform the density, the stuff we've been holding, the unfairness, like all of it, and let it refine more and more. So today I was like, okay, well, I don't want to just leave you with this this. So I thought I could bring us into a little process of just feeling our grief. And again, if you're like, no, not today, girl, like not today, please turn it off. But please do come back if you're feeling that bit of trigger, or like, just because there's so much power in actually feeling it and letting it express in its own natural way. So, and then I'll leave with a little journal prompt in case you do feel like getting that journal out. So, I'll take a sip of tea first. And I know I just said a lot, so maybe just if you can just shake or stomp. I know it's a lot to feel, so do whatever your body needs. Lots of water too is so perfect for our body. Bringing that true abundance and true wealth through water, which is such a life force, giving us sustenance. Actually, that brings me into a quick little other story around that whole situation. Wow, I forgot about this. So, wowie, I told you it's going to be a bit of a doozy, so hopefully you're okay over there. So this water thing, it was wild because feeding her water on her last few days, it was wow, how precious just water is, and how it's everything. We need it for survival, obviously. And I definitely take it for granted. And she just wanted a lot of water, and it felt very just wanted to give her the water, obviously. And a few weeks later, maybe a month later, I did an ayahuasca plant medicine journey, and what came through was her. And it was this feeling of thank you for that water, and how, like, so then I was feeling that, and this is so trippy, so if you're like, what is going on, I understand if you're like tuning off, but try to stay if you can. We are refining the energy, and I can feel it moving. So yeah, this water piece, like, I was sipping my water, and I was feeling the delight of hydration, like, wow, what a fucking gift. This is true pleasure. It's like water, simple, and we get so fucking stirred up and like, woe is me, and definitely guilty of that, when really this is everything. And this is why I say it's true abundance. Like, if we have our necessities, this is absolute survival. So yeah, and then we're gonna go a little deeper into that story, because now that we've gone deep, we're gonna keep going deeper, and then we'll refine. But yeah, so with feeling her in this water moment, and feeling just so much gratitude from both sides. Like, I felt it for her. She raised me, and I could feel this maternal energy. It was like this holding of, like, maternal energy. And I also felt my mom with it too. If you don't know, my mom also passed. And so it was like this support from the other side of the lineages both, and feeling this love and guidance and protection. And also I then took this blanket, I had this big blanket, and I just went like this, like just like this, and felt this holding and this hug, and I was like, I get to mother myself. I get to mother myself now. And like, it could sound sad, I'm crying, but I'm also like, that is a gift. That actually is a gift, that I get to take care of me. Like, I got me. And also knowing that there's support from the other side, even if we can't see it. So if you don't believe in that, and if that's like way too far out, like, that's totally okay, obviously. And yeah, I just appreciate everyone's perspective, so I'm happy to hear more if you have anything to share with anything you've been through. I'd be happy to open this up more to talk about, because it's so fucking important for our world, for ourselves to clear and feel this, that we got ourselves. And so that's what I wanted to share there. And so with ROGA, when it came through 8 years ago, I had no idea it was gonna like be such a roller coaster, and there'd be such an evolution to it every freaking day. But that's what it is, and I'm staying true to that, and just feeling and exploring that as it comes through. And so the sounding and the shaking and the yelling and the sitting in silence, all of it feels so important, and we're listening just to ourselves. So without further ado, we'll let this be that space to connect to our grief first. We're just gonna bring in that grief, and know that we're gonna alchemize it to a place that feels safe and healthy for you and for I in this place. So if you're ready, you can be closing your eyes, rolling your shoulders back, Just feeling this comfort. Maybe you're sitting on a chair, a couch, or the floor. Maybe you're lying down. Just starting to breathe a little deeper. And if you're to ask yourself, where do I feel grief in my body? Where do I feel grief in my body? It could be anywhere. We could all have different areas. For me, I feel it in my heart. I can also feel some in here, also my back. Also my belly feels like holding. And if we just let this moment be exactly as it is, as we just tune into this grief, not afraid of it, knowing that we're here together, feeling this in some kind of way. What if you just let yourself express from that space? Maybe it's a few areas. It might feel stuck. It might feel like, nope. It could feel like stubborn grief. If it's been there for a while, maybe it's no. It's like a no. And that's okay too. But just locating it and sensing it, and just maybe finding a few descriptive words to yourself of what does it feel like in your body. I can feel my shoulders want to cave in. I feel like this shrinking sensation, like I just want to curl up. So maybe just start to mimic that, like what your body feels like doing. Just start to feel it in this way. Feeling the restriction that it might have. And just being curious, like a child would be, to just feel, almost like you're just watching the emotion, watching the sensations, feeling them, but not being them completely. Not letting them take you out. Just experience them, just like an aspect of being a human. You might even notice some tears come up, or maybe you want to yell. A car is the best place to yell, I find, or the forest. I'm definitely not going to yell here right now. There's lots of neighbors, but feel your naturalness with this. It might look different than mine. I applaud that. And maybe it looks like mine, and I applaud that too. Either way, do you. Just staying here for a little bit longer, just observing. Just observing the sensation. The pain. The discomfort. It might be hard to breathe. Taking a couple breaths here, even if it is shallow breathing. Just notice how your body is feeling this grief. And then when you're ready, just very, very slowly, very, very slowly, coming back up to a more upright position. If you're crouched down, or maybe you're being wild and spastic and shaking and stomping. If that's the case, continue doing what you need. You're welcome to come back to your seat and just start to feel yourself growing taller. Any of the spots that feel curled in, maybe starting to open them, but move so extremely slow as you start to open the space back up. Notice how it feels to start to expand a bit wider, a bit more spacious. And then just follow your body. The pleasure of, okay, I can feel myself, my shoulders just want to be like, okay, that was intense. I want to sound and open space to the shoulders. They've been so holding, they've been carrying so much of this grief, this anger. So we're now making space. And if you feel like being in the grief longer, please stop the video and be in that. And then come back to this when it feels right to start moving it. Sounding. Maybe shaking. Trust your body. Your body absolutely knows the way. If we just let it show us our truth. Let it express. Maybe this is still grief moving out. You can laugh at yourself if that's coming up already. You can laugh at me. I know this is a bit weird and strange, but I find it so fucking powerful. Claiming your energy, claiming this new energy as you let the refining of that grief slowly dissipate, slowly move out. Alchemizing it into light, a lighter frequency. So maybe you're moving, maybe you're standing and stretching. You're sticking your tongue out. What happens if you let yourself go a little more wild, a little bit more free, a little bit more liberated through every cell of your body? Maybe you're shaking your hands, creating new life force here in these areas that are very connected to the heart, our hands and our arms. Maybe you want to get up and shake or do whatever you need to do. Maybe it's a twisting. I want these back on for fun. Festival vibes always. A crying festival, I'd be down, as long as we can feel other things too. show you where to go. Ooh, if you have pain in any certain areas in your body, just following that. Shoo, sounding, clearing and cleansing. Maybe you're kind of going back and forth into this contraction, expansion, contraction, expansion. Letting yourself be a bit wild and freaky. You're jumping or stomping. Fuck. You want to hit something. Let the energy move. The emotion doesn't have to stay in grief alone. It might want to come through as the rage or whatever. I think one of the first slides we did, we were yelling in the pillow. So if that feels called, I want to go for that. I kind of want to. If you have a pillow nearby, it'd be great. Do what feels natural to you. Don't force anything if you can. Keep breathing. If it's not ready to move, stay with it. If you're with me and you want to try a little yell, deep breath in and forcing it out. Let yourself look weird. It's okay. Because again, you got you. You want to hit something? That was a good one. And it might take a few rounds. It might feel like you need, like for myself, I feel like I'm not quite in my rage right now. Like I don't really feel like hitting something right now. So stay in your truth. What feels true for you as you move and energize your body. Oh, maybe it's a stretch. I'm kind of doing a stretch like this. I'll show you. You see? It's like this. A triangle stretch. You can move the energy down the leg. You can pat the leg. Stay here for just a little bit longer. We need the pillow again. The coffee is good. It means we're moving that energy, that staleness, that stuckness. So continue doing whatever you need there, as long as you need. Okay. Just let yourself be and feel maybe some new energy. Maybe not. You tell me. You're the guide over there, guiding yourself along this journey. And if you're okay, maybe holding those areas that felt like they were holding grief before. And just breathing. Maybe feeling that refined new energy in the body. Notice how you feel. Just take note. Breathe deeply. Keep sounding if you feel like it. Keep coughing if you feel like it. Maybe gibberish wants to come through, like myself. Wow, wow, wow. Just try at different angles. Also feels good to massage in the jaw area, the cheeks. And giving yourself that little massage. Just giving yourself that nurturing touch that we crave so much from the outside world. Can you be here for yourself? Can you mother yourself now? Can you hold yourself? Can you be with yourself? Just taking a few more deep breaths here. Maybe in a full-blown massage or a deep hug with the body. Thanking your genius. Cosmic body. Full of potential. Activating it through us feeling our emotional intelligence. Feel yourself take up a little more space. That feels good before we start to close out. Feel this new energy, the alchemy, the new vibrancy. I think I mentioned that a lot of times, but it's so prevalent with this. So I wanted to leave you with one last little journal if you want to go deeper into this with yourself over there. And once again, just want to note that if you feel you need to talk with someone or express this deeper and have someone to kind of hold you with this, please feel free to reach out, because this is such deep, intense work. And so just I want you to know that you're not alone in this. And I have many peers myself. Obviously, I'm obsessed with this work and here for it in us, because I feel it's so powerful to listen and feel ourselves. And also, I would never want someone to feel like, whoa, stuck in something. And yeah, so here if you need. So what the journal prompt is, what am I most afraid of? And so yeah, feeling into that, because what brought me there was yeah, I wrote a lot here. I guess the one thing I want to share is I feel we would have access to more of our magic and divinity, our health, our superpowers, if we were listening more to the emotional intelligence coming through instead of stifling it and stagnating it because we're distracting ourselves in this rampant world. And giving our power to the outside world, like the healthcare system, that isn't so helpful sometimes. Some things are. I'm not going to describe that, but some things aren't. So the question is, if you want to, you can just consider this in your mind or journal it, but what am I most afraid of? So it could be death. Like that's why I was bringing that into, like, if it's that, like, really let yourself feel that, and asking yourself, how can I start to liberate this fear? How can I not be so afraid of this fear? I'm not saying to jump to, like, okay, I'm not afraid of it at all. Like, that's a big ask, and I don't even know if that's truly possible in the capacity that we're at, but, like, yeah, what can help start to liberate this fear? Yeah. And just a reminder that you know the way. You are so extremely powerful. I know I am too. We're all so fucking powerful. And yeah, we forget all the time. I forget all the damn time. But nothing feels better than remembering, oh yeah, I actually am so fucking powerful. And it's me, the center of my universe, calling the shots for my world. So, Stola to our beautiful, beautiful queen, Babci. Stola in Polish means to 100 years, so it doesn't really make sense, but also it's such a vibe. It's to our health, to our vitality, no matter what. So, with that, thank you for being here. Thanks once again to our beloved Babci, and yeah, happy birthday to her from yesterday. She had a birthday, that's why all this was stirring up, and I honestly feel so much better. I feel like, okay, I'm good. We got this. It's gonna be a good day. So we never have to stay in the grief for so long, but again, no harm if you do either. Like if it's not too long maybe, but you don't want to stay in it for so long where it's gonna affect your world. So just know that, yeah, the emotions are this roller coaster ride, despite what the healthcare system tells us. So here for the revolution of our true healthcare. Yeah, so I'll tune off for today. I'll be seeing you in a few days. Galactic Empress, if you want to deepen into this kind of work, there's a monthly subscription, which is for the queens. Right now, it's just for the queens. I might be doing something for the brothers, the kings, soon, but I'm just sticking with the queens for now, my sisters. And so, yeah, tomorrow we will be going deeper into, maybe not this, but we're gonna just feel into all different kinds of vibes, and our Aquarian CEO vibes, which I'll be sharing more about that soon here, so stay tuned. Also, it's Vagabond's birthday, birthday month. So Vagabond shares a birthday with dear Babci Wapshi, my cousins Daniel and Darby. Yeah, there's a lot of birthdays in this month, and Vagabond's one of them. So I'll be sharing more about that soon, but there's this wild option of 3, 6, or 9 voyages you can take. And basically it's, you can do 3 sessions, 6 sessions, or 9 sessions with ROGA, a one-on-one online. And I'll be holding the space for you to travel your own world and clear and alchemize the energy that you're feeling. And that has been a bit holding you back. So I'll be sharing more about that soon too. I feel like there's always just so much to share. The DJ program too that's coming up, my friends offering that I can't wait to be a part of. So yeah, stay tuned. I love you. Mwah. Take care. And I'll see you in a couple days. Oops, let me see if I close this.